So what makes you think? I just don't know. Berrios has had so much time to take
he's
that
in a
next
completely
step.
different organization that changes everything.
But we're talking.
That's the thing.
Well, I mentioned last week that everyone thought his second half was like classic Berrios. It really wasn't that different from his first half of the Twins. I mean, the numbers were really
But
similar.
you have to realize
he didn't take another step.
But you have to realize he's facing the Yankees. He's not facing the Detroit Tigers. It's a big difference.
But that doesn't mean that doesn't make him.
That doesn't make
it does
him
give
better.
him an edge. It's called the competitive side. It does. It 100%
So
does.
But why does that make you feel like he's going to take another step?
It's a subjective area, but it still makes him better because he's facing better competition.
But that doesn't. I mean, the numbers aren't going to be better because of that, though.
Yeah.
But the numbers can be mixed anyway. You look at it, like I said, with Corbin Burns, the one thing people get so excited about is his spin rate, the analytics of it. And I just gave examples of Tyler Glasnow burnout, Noah Syndergaard burnout, Blake Snell burnout. They've already burned out. Why is Burns any different than these guys? They're max effort. That's the thing. And they all have limited innings in their career as well versus Corbin Burns.
To be fair, Robert, you can point to the people that burned out, but you can also point to the guys that have not burned out.
Yeah.
Lance McCullers, Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander.
They're not max effort guys.
Garrett Cole and Verlander almost are. I would not call Burns a max effort guy.
Yeah. I would. Who throws 95 plus cutter?
I mean, Garrett Cole hits that every pitch. Now.
Yeah,
and Verlander does too.
To me, I wouldn't consider those guys max effort. Those are guys who can definitely change their velocity later on in the game. Gordon Burns doesn't change his velocity. He stays consistent with his velocity throughout his whole start. That's why he only goes 167 plus innings. You can call it the Brewer formula, but there's way more to it. I guarantee you there's way more to it.
I just have a tough time seeing any. I think Berrios has hit his ceiling. I think it's. I mean,
I disagree with that 100% because
I don't see anything that's changing in his. And I mean, he's 28 years old. He's been what he's been. He's been a solid pitcher. I don't see anything massively changing. He doesn't walk guys. He's an average strikeout guy. None of his pitches have been out of the charts, up and down. That seems like they're going to be a light out pitch up and coming. His fastball's always been hit pretty well. His changeup's been good. It wasn't as shock that his changeup was this year.
No, his changeup is getting better.
What I'm saying is nothing's been awesome and then bad. We're not seeing roller coaster pitches. We're seeing consistency in pitching. What we saw with Burns is we saw that he had a pitch that was elite and it was bad. It was elite and it was bad. And then he was able to use it as curveball to a much better standard. Berrios doesn't have any pitches that have been up and down over his career. All of his pitches have pretty much been on the same trajectory his entire career. So there's nothing like he's going to unleash anything, especially at 28 years old.